Hi, it's me, Thomas, and today is Rebecca Schaffer's birthday. But in the future, I want to pay my regards to her at the cemetery near Portland, Oregon. Because, yes, she was an actress, died at 21 years old, and she was stalked and murdered by a crazed fan, Robert Bardo. Then she found a modeling career. She was on the cover of 17 magazine. She moved from New York City to Seoul, South Korea to get a modeling career, but she was too short. Then she went back here to New York City. And when they saw the magazine, she landed the part of Patty Russell on the show My Sister Sam with Pam Dauber. I like her, Pam Dauber. The series ran for 2 seasons until it got canceled on Saturday in 1988 or 87. Then she landed the role of a person in Scenes from the Class Struggle in Beverly Hills. But on the other subject is Robert Bardo was born 1970, January 2nd. He was been ridiculed by his siblings. He dropped out of school when he was sophomore, got a job at Jack in Box as a custodian, and when he saw My Sister Sam, Rebecca Schaffer, and he recorded a lot of episodes. Yes, he did. He did. And and also the Thanksgiving special with the parade, yes. And what did set him off? There was a scene in the Scenes from the Constantine in Beverly Hills movie, Rebecca Schaffer was in bed with a male actor wearing purple satin string bikini panties. That infuriated Bardo. And what Robert Bardo learned is what Arthur Jackson stalked and tried to kill Teresa Saldana. He hired a private investigator to get her address. He used that approach to get to Rebecca Schaffer. Stay on the graveside of Rebecca Schaffer in Oregon. I've been talking about that. Yep, Robert Bardo hired a private investigator to get the address of Rebecca Schaffer. Yes. And then he had to get his brother to buy him a handgun since he couldn't, since he was mentally unstable. He had to get his brother to buy him the Smith & Wesson handgun that he used to murder Rebecca Schaffer, and his brother just use it for target practice. But he didn't. I forgot to mention, yes, he tried to go on the set of My Sister Sam, Robert Bardo. First time, he was turned away by security, saying, "No, you cannot meet with Rebecca Schaffer. You cannot go visit the set of My Sister Sam. Go home." And then the second time, he had a knife, but again, he was turned away. That's what happened. And he had the gun, yes. It was Smith & Wesson, and the address to Rebecca Schaffer's house. He boarded a Greyhound bus to Los Angeles, roamed around the neighborhood saying, "Excuse me, do you know where Rebecca Schaffer lives?" That the address is correct. He rang the doorbell, and Rebecca Schaffer was preparing for a role as a daughter of the mob boss in The Godfather 3. They had a brief conversation, and Rebecca Schaffer told Robert Bardo, "Do not come back to my house ever again." And then he left. He had breakfast. 1 hour later, Robert Bardo came back to the house, rang the doorbell again, and she had a cold look on her face, like wasting my time. And then he pulled out the gun from the grocery bag, reusable, and shot her point blank range, piercing the heart, collapsed in the doorway, and Robert Bardo fled back to Tucson. He fled the scene. And the neighbors called 911. And they got Rebecca Schaffer to the hospital almost in time, but no. She died before she was in the hospital. Then the next day, Robert Bardo was running around through Freeway 10 trying to get hits. But then the police came to him and said, then he confessed. The police says, "I shot Rebecca Schaffer." Then he was arrested. And then they had a trial. They did. Then what got him to do that was the song "Exit" by the band U2. They did play in court, and now the verdict was he was charged for first-degree murder, and he's been sentenced to life in prison, and he's going to stay there as of right now today. I'm pretty sure he's going to die in prison, Robert Bardo. And Rebecca Schaffer's parents were there too at the trial, yes. Nowadays, there are now laws in place, anti-stalking. Nowadays, you cannot do that. Hire a private investigator to get the address of a famous person. Nope. Nope. Because I would like to visit the graveside of Rebecca Schaffer. Send my regards. About what happened, yes. That was really horrible. 21 years old. Gone. Her life was cut short. But Robert John Barrow is still in prison for the rest of his life. And also, now that there are laws in place, you cannot do that. Let me pause it for a minute. Yes, now I'm back. And that house still stands there. 120 Sweetser Avenue in West Hollywood, where Rebecca Schaffer got shot and murdered. It's still there. Yep. West Hollywood, yeah. Apartment 120 Sweetser Way. That's where the murder site was. Really horrible. Because I'm very respectful to the grounds of the cemetery. I don't want to cut through it because that would not be good. And, oh yeah. I'm guessing it's her birthday and I want to pay my regards. I really want to do that. And, is there anything else I want to say? Well, I guess that's about it. So I guess we're going. So I just want to let you know what happened and it was true. So I'm going to go now. So, bye. Bye.